Synonyms and antonyms are some of the most reliable marks in the whole verbal reasoning paper, but only if you know the traps the examiners set. And here's the secret. This isn't really about memorizing hundreds of words. It's about a method. Learn it and you can answer these calmly every time. Let's go. Quick refresher. A synonym is a word that means the same or nearly the same, big and enormous. An antonym means the opposite, big and tiny. That's it. The exam just asks you to spot the closest match or the strongest opposite. You'll see them in two shapes. The first gives you one word and a list, which word is closest in meaning to wrap it, and you pick one. The second gives you two groups in brackets and asks you to find the pair, one word from each group that are closest or most opposite. Same skill, two layouts, will crack both. Here's the routine for every question. 1. Read the instruction closest or opposite. Mixing those up is the number one mistake. 2. Say the word in your head and spot its job. Is it a naming word, a doing word, or a describing word? 3. Predict your own answer before you look at the options. 4. Eliminate the traps, then pick the closest. Let's see those traps. Which word is closest in meaning to generous? Your options: mean, giving, funny, rich. Watch out, mean is the opposite of generous planted there to tempt you. In a closest question, the antonym is bait. Cross it out. Funny and rich aren't the same as generous either. The answer is giving. Now the clever bit most children miss. Synonyms aren't all equal. They come in strengths. Look, annoyed, cross, angry, furious, livid all live on the same ladder, but they get stronger as you climb. So if the question asks for the closest word to furious, annoyed is far too mild. The closest match in strength is livid. Don't just find a synonym, find the closest shade. Let's use that ladder. Which word is closest in meaning to enormous? Options: big, huge, tidy, small. Big is in the family, but it's weaker. Small is the opposite, the bait. Tidy isn't related at all. The closest in strength to enormous is huge. Same idea, strongest shade. Here's a sneaky one. The answer is always the same type of word as the target. If calm is a describing word, your answer must be a describing word too. So for closest to calm, the word relax is tempting, but it's a doing word, it doesn't fit. Peaceful is a describing word and it's the match. Same shape every time. One more trap, words with more than one meaning. Take bright. It can mean shining like a bright light, or clever like a bright child. So if the target is bright and the question's about a clever pupil, the answer is intelligent, not shiny. Always let the meaning decide, not the first thing that pops into your head. Antonyms have a shortcut. You can often flip a word by adding a little prefix. Happy becomes unhappy. Agree becomes disagree. Possible becomes impossible. Behave becomes misbehave. Learn the flippers undis, im and miss, and you can build an opposite on the spot. One tip, it's in before P, B or M, like impatient. Now the bracket version. Find the two words, one from each group, that are most opposite. Group 1, shrink, whisper, gather. Group 2, grow, collect, mutter. The method: take each word in group 1 and check it against every word in group 2. Don't stop at the first thing that looks right. Whisper and mutter are similar, not opposite, a decoy. Gather and collect, similar again. The true opposite pair is shrink and grow. Let's solve one properly. Which word is most opposite in meaning to ancient? Options: old, modern, tiny, dark. Step 1 is opposite. Step 2, ancient, is a describing word meaning very old. Careful, old is a synonym, the bait in an opposite question. The real opposite is modern. Method beats guessing every time. Your turn. Pause the video and try this one. Which word is most opposite in meaning to expand? Your options: stretch, shrink, build, grow. Read the instruction carefully, spot the bait and choose. Play on when you're ready. Let's check it. The instruction says opposite. Expand means to get bigger, so watch out. Stretch, build and grow are all synonyms, 3 pieces of bait. the only opposite is shrink. If you'd read closest by mistake, those synonyms would have trapped you. Reading the instruction wins it. Quickly, the traps to avoid: reading closest when it says opposite, grabbing the antonym by mistake, picking a word that's the wrong strength, choosing the wrong type of word, going for something just related instead of equal, and overthinking a right answer until you change it. Slow down on the instruction and you'll dodge most of these. The long game is simple. Read widely, that's where vocabulary really grows. Keep a word ladder notebook collecting synonyms by strength. Learn your prefix flippers for antonyms, and practice both formats so neither surprises you on the day. Fast answers. What's the difference between a synonym and an antonym? Same meaning versus opposite meaning. Does the answer have to be the same type of word? Yes, always. What are shades of meaning? Synonyms of different strengths, so pick the closest. And do you have to memorize word lists? No. Reading widely and knowing the method beats memorizing every time. Synonyms and antonyms reward the child who reads the instruction, knows the traps, and picks the closest shade. Practice them free on PIP 11+. Practice on iOS and Android with verbal reasoning and vocabulary builders for every question type. A few minutes a day and these become easy marks. Good luck.